Okay, I'm online on Google looking up Kabbalah numbers. The original numerical values for each letter were created from the Hebrew alphabet. While there can be up to 400 different life path numbers in Kabbalah studies, many only focus on the more popular numbers. The main focus on finding one's own Kabbalah number is AJS is 1, BKT is 2. I'm going to show you this, and this is what I work with. I don't only work with this, but there's many people online that also work with Chaldean numerology, Pythagorean. So whatever I'm doing, for those of you who do not know who I am the guy that wears glasses with no lenses, because I need a different lens, or I do, and I don't need a different lens for every actuality that's an actuality. I just bring the actuality forward through games, through designs. What is my actuality? Well, if you're talking about, well, silly rabbit, the rabbit in Bugs Bunny, they're always saying silly wabbit, W-R-A. So the W coming in front of the R, okay, let's capitalize that W as the 23rd letter. But not only is it the 23rd letter, but in the Pythagorean count, in the simple each letter alphabet, okay, a value. And the W is over here, east, west, north. But then where is south? South is the number itself. South, east, west, and north. Because the 5 is the same design as the S letter, as the Jack letter. How about Jack Rabbit? So these numerological numbers, Chaldean is not me. Chaldean is where you go A, B, C, D. In Chaldean, it only stops at 8. The 8, if I remember, is the 7 and 8 becomes P. And anyways, I don't have it with me right now. But the F and the P, I think are number 7 or 8, and the O and the Z, I think, are number 7. F, P, O, Z is 7 and 8, and 7 and 8. Okay, if you look at the deck of cards, and I'm not going to show you the deck of cards, and one day I want to be really professional like Mr. Catty, who can show you these numbers online, who everything is beautiful and it sticks right out. It seems more real because you see it. Now all you do is you hear my words coming off my face, and how you understand and how what I speak about and how I express to you is how you're going to swallow or believe the words I speak. So when we're talking, if I say to you, let's play it by sound. So if we start playing things by sound, and every individual mind will either know how to spell the word, I'll show you how I spell the word, okay? And we will use it in a numerological fashion. The tic-tac-toe board, okay? The tic-tac-toe board, okay, is located right over here on number 3. Now the value of number 3 is 3 creation. It's also noted that when it's designed squarely, that if it's on this, if the 3 is mirrored and turned around this way, it looks like an E. If it's flipped upside down where the bumps are on the top, it means the separation of the entry. If it's a W, it shows a different entry of it. If I show you a letter as in, let's say W, I'm going to try and see if I can, I'm just going to do it this way. Let's say this was one part of the W. If I put little lines, it shows me it's opening. If I show it this way, it shows it's closing. If I was speaking on a bullhorn, you would see the sound going out. Otherwise, the sound is coming in, just like the satellite dish. So all our letters and designs of letters are coming from and understood through hieroglyphics. The same way we read a hieroglyphic, something that's written on bricks, I square all my stuff off. I do designs with it so it can explain to me, so I can explain to you if I can explain it to you at all. So now let's get off and stay on the same subject at the same time. All of Warner Brothers, the design of the W in Warner Brothers is an L and a V inside of it. Las Vegas. Or is it Las Vegas? Las backwards is S-A-L. But so why not continue it? Salle or salle à manger means a place to eat. LE says the. La salle means the room. Salle, I think, is the room. Room, okay, with OO automatically tells me that it passes from one side through the other because I put an O here and I put an O here, and you can send a shot right through it. Now, pending the first letter that's on the before the O and the last letter, like taking the moon actually says 1111. Although the O is 6 and 6, the reverse on a cube on 6 and 6, the reverse on a cube of 6 and 6 is 1 and 1. The 6 is the only cube that will enlighten the 7, because if I shone a light on this number 1, it would come out the center as well as these 6 holes. Every other place in the dice shows a 5. So we have 5, 7, 7, 5. 6 and 1 will show me 6 and 1 will show me 7, and 2 opposite of 3, where 2 opposite of 5. The 5 will encompass these two. The maximum I'll get is 5. The 4 opposite is 3. All I'll open is the center. They'll all show 5. Every dice is going to show me 5, and every void, okay, will show me 4. It'll show me 4, 5, and that will be it, because this is what every dice will show me. If I took the 3 and turned it this way, it'll encompass the corners, and it'll always miss. Every dice will miss 4. 5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5. Now, in the numeric value of 4 and 5, or 6 and 1, okay, in which I'm going to have to start writing now. I'm going to have to write this down. 4 and 5, 6 and 1. Okay, I'm not going to explain that design right now. In 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, here's my 4. Now, where would be my 5? Okay, here's my 5. Now, the question about these two things, I'm going to explain it in a minute. Okay, but 4, 5, 5, 4, 5, 7, 7, 5. The numeric value for 1 and 6 equals to a value of 7. The numeric value for 2 and 5, the numeric value for 3 and 4, which also equals to 7 and 3, which also equals to 7 and 1. 1, 3, 5 says A, C, E. 7, 7, all the total is 9I. This will be 21, which is the letter U. And at the total of this over here will be the number 3, which is C. And at the same time, the reverse of this, 1221, will be L. So you will have the word clue. If you want to learn, we can do luck, or how about cluck, as the chicken clucks. Chi also represents the egg, because of the chi, but the hard shell is of the eggs. The echi, the electronic, because if you take a look inside an egg, you're going to see all kinds of little pieces that will encompass the whole egg, and the chicken will grow with inside of it. So the whole egg has to be outlined with a membrane. Now, to get back to the dice, okay, where everything becomes 4 sides of 5, right? 4 sides of 5. 4 times 5 equals to 20, and 2 times 7 equals to 14. 2014, a total of 34. To create this number, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals to 24, equals to the number 10, X and J. This number 1 will equal to A, this one will equal to 6, F. I like to just say Ajax, right? Ajax, simple jacks, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of value that goes into this. We can use this as the value of B and N, right? 1 and 4 equals to 5A. Ben, son of, Ben in the Hebrew language. In the same time, over here, 20 would be T. Net Ben, to the network birth of network, or entity, or the end result. The end result, the entity, or the end, or the one that plugs up to the sus, right? Or the breast, the nipple of the breast. This is the way I do my work. I connect words together. So to get back to this numeric value here, to the seventh gate, to the one spirit of the four creation, means the delta angle. What is the delta angle? It's a 45-degree angle of where the sun and the poles are connected on this angle to come into birth. All of a sudden, you now have the letter Q, or the 17th letter, the one spirit connected to the seventh gate. 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. To create that 7, it is the DC world. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will equal to 3 and 4. The DC world. Disconnect, altered current. Disconnect, altered current. Air conditioning, hot and cold. Hot and cold represents of 34 cold, 43 hot. John F. Kennedy, 34th president. Barack Obama, 43rd president. Because Grover Cleveland, and I'm not sure if it was McKinley who was the 23rd, but Grover Cleveland repeated twice. To get this to the seventh world, or to get this to the first world, you will add 6 and 5. That is the letter F. At the same time, the minus for this would be -4, -3. To get to the fourth gate, you will have 9 and 4 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 9 and 4 is 13. 9 plus 4 is 13. Or 8 plus 5 is 13. Or I would minus it at -1 and 0. Or you cannot minus it here, so we're going to put 0 over here. 0 and 4 is 4. 5, I'm just trying to see no, okay, the autofocus, let me focus this. Okay, whoa. Okay, so we're following right now. Are we following? Did I lose you somewhere? Did I lose you somewhere? E and I, right? Final result, I. Total maximum E and I. 1 and 3 are located. The 1 is located in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 1 is located in 5. Okay, the 3 is located in 5. The total of E is located within 5. The total of everything is 9. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 empty spaces. So this is what I call the design that's online. Online over here for 4 shows a single tiny space, which is only going to take up one area. So this is prime. This is not prime. See the way I can design online? Here I can only connect corners. So either I have half of it connected, or I have the total, in which, in words, will now bring me to spare and strike. Strike is X marks the spot, or it's a complete formation. Now here I've completed to fill out the space. What is the value? I cannot tell you. If I was using a deck of cards, I would have to at least do 2, if not 3. How do I do the value in a deck of cards? Do you follow what I'm talking to? I'm jumping all around, and the reason I'm marking 3 is because when you go bowling, it's an automatic of 3 shots. In order to count 3 shots together, you need an automatic of 2 strikes, and then the third shot, if it's not a strike, it doesn't matter. The third shot will still count in the first 2 frames. The spare is only counting the first shot of the next frame. So the spare is 1.5, and this one is either 2.5 plus the total value, means 2 shots, 1 and half of the next shot. The next one will be a total value of 3, because it'll be the first 2 shots and then the third value. You get 2 strikes in a row. So here is my value of 5, giving me the 5, and here's your 4. Look what your 4 does, look what your 5 does. But at the same time, you do have your 4 corners, your greatest diameter. Let's stop there. Let's go back over here. Do you follow what I'm saying in all this? Inside of this, I have 4 corners. Inside of this, I have 4 corners over here, but I cannot fill in the center unless I connect the 4 corners. This one will be valued at 1.25 the value,
1.25 because it connects them all, times 4 equals to a total of 5. Here it's a total of 9. Here it has its own area space. So this one area space, now I can't understand it. I need a mathematician. I need somebody else that can explain the difference between these two. I can't, other than a layman term of explanation. Here it's 5 and 4 empty spaces. Okay, 5 and 4 empty spaces. Here it's 4 and 1 empty space. 5 and 4, 4 and 1. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 will now create this, and we've created this design. This numeric value is sun equals to number 54, or the letters D and E. Even if I would reverse them to the Pythagorean count, I would get 45. So the word for this would be fox 45, sun 54. It would be de fox or de sun. These words, okay, to me says de, means of, okay? Or it can also mean de, as the French word is, meaning 2 foxes and 2 suns. In the war, they would say the passage, UN and fox. Now we're going to start playing a game of EXO, a game of creation, because it's located on the 3 key. Okay, it's located on the 3 key. Now, when we get to this, we ended up over here to the 7th gate. We'd have to have +3 and +2 and +2 and +3. The reason there's no minus is I can't go down to 7. I only can work up or go down to one of these numbers. So it would be 6, 5, 9, 8, 3, 2. In here, I'd end up with 2, 5, 8 and 3, 6, 9. In here, I'd end up with, well, because it's the minus, I end up with something different. I end up with beta creation. This would be, this all zeros equal 6. This will be 16, right? It'll be 7. All zeros equal 6 and 5. 7, 7, 5. 6 and 1, 7. 4 and 3, 7. 3 and 2. It would end up to be 5, 7, 5. The word moon is number 57. 3 times 19. I have to bring everything down to the lowest diameter, the numeric value, to understand where I can find it in the alphabet. And I bring this one down. I'm just trying to think why I marked. Oh, yes, 75, 3 times 25. If I add them together, 7 and 5 is 12. 7 and 5 is 12. Also can be used as this. 7 and 7 is 14. And it can also be used as this, 1/4 and 1/2. When I go to this, it says DNA. It says Abba, DNA. Which Abba in Hebrew is father. Abba also means strike. Strike is also understood in bowling, and there's usually 3 strikes in a row. You can bring them, and 3 strikes in a row will create 30. 30 is for creation. The letter 1 is A. The letter 4 is D. The letter 14th letter is N. DNA. 41. Okay. Number 41. This number will recreate 5 and 4. This number over here will create 3 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3 and 2. This will say the sun of BC, BC creation of the sun. This one will equal to 18 and 15. The letter R, the letter O means the golden egg. Now, I'm not sure if you understood anything, part of it or all of it. 1 and 7 is the minimum and the maximum you can get on a dice. These numbers over here, this is the half-life, because the maximum we can get is 4. 4 on the outside, right? But if we show this value over here, and then over here, and then over here, and then over here, okay, what does this tell me? And then what does this tell me? This tells me times 4. This tells me times 1. They're going to have an X here. I can make an X here 2, an X here 3, an X here 4. And the totality of the X's, I can get 5 X's over here. 5 X's. And over here I can get 1 X. So the 1 X equals to 10. The 5 X's equals to 30, 60, 90, and this will be 10 and 10, 110. The total is 120. When you add up 1 to 15, it equals to 120. 120, which is 5 times 24, or now I'm understanding it as the week. The weekend ends up as 1 and 1. It'd be 1 times 24. The 24th letter is X. The 10th letter, okay, excuse me, not the 10th letter, but X in Roman numerals has a value of 10. So X and X, right? 6 times 4 equals 24. 6 plus 4 equals to 10. The total is 34. And if you remember what we drew up a little bit earlier, right over here, 4 times 5 is 20. 2 times 7 for the dice. 2 sides of 7. 4 sides of 5 equals to 34. Israel. Zion. Okay, equals to a total of 64. Numeric value. 6 is the half-life. 4 is the whole life. 1.5 times 4 equals 6. The number 15 or 51 is equal to Mars. 60 seconds on the clock. 4 times 15 is 1/4 time. 33, the command in the creation of the Christ, times 47 equals to a total of 1551. Time of birth between Moses and Jesus, Raphael 7286, and a constellation of Pegasus. Let's start this all over again. What are we talking about? What numbers say? Thank you for watching.